Welcome back, everybody. We have exciting Foundation League MLE action for you. I am here with the man Zeebs, ZB, and this is a bit of a homecoming for me being an FL legend.
Oh, wow, didn't
I'm,
know
I'm
that.
yeah, FL legend, not just a typical player, but Jets, Knights, both teams coming in middle of the pack. It is vital for each of these teams to get wins right away. We're going to go straight into it and get this match underway for you all.
Yeah, you kind of alluded to it. This is a conference matchup, or sorry, a division matchup between the Jets and the Knights in the Forge division. The Jets and the Knights. The Jets coming off a 3-2 win against the Spartans in week 1, and the Knights coming in with a 2-3 loss against the Express.
Yeah, and let me tell you, that 3-2 loss, the Knights really got better as it went on. They lost the first three, but won the last two to really save that series for them. And now they come in with a chance to really express themselves creatively. It's a huge series for both of these teams, especially with it being against a division opponent.
And that's something I love about Rocket League, the ability to express yourself with a car and a ball and boost. What more could you need?
Absolutely nothing. Well, this game is underway. And the Knights have been on the offense so far, but the Jets right now coming in. Jabronis makes a big stop there, and Deathman, he tries to put it back in. He does. It's on goal, but Jabronis makes another save and clears the ball away. Deathman, he gets control of that ball. He looked like he was going to dribble for a second, but elected to take the boost instead. Boost over ball. That's always one of the biggest debates in Rocket League.
Yeah, it's certainly a balance between having boost and having the ball. Both are good to have. Some might argue that one is more important than the other. I don't want to say which one is best. They are both very good.
Absolutely. You definitely want to have both at any single time. And Jabroni's right there. He tried a shot, stopped though. Cal tried to put one in off the rebound, but it's not going to go. Deathman gets it clear. He pushes it up the left, but it's stopped by Cal.
Something that is interesting, you alluded to the fact that the Knights were coming into this one, dropping the first 3 games of their first match, but then winning the last 2. This is the same lineup that they used in that game. Jabronis had 2 goals and YU Cal had 6, and there is another goal for YU Cal, his 7th goal of the season, and that one was beautiful.
Absolutely was. He slots it upper 90, where grandma keeps the cookies. Top shelf. Top shelf. The Knights have a huge 1-0 lead in
Upper
this game 1.
cheddar. That one was lower cheddar, but we will take the cheese any way that we can get it. Jabronis with another goal, Salt Shaker on the player banner, and a 2-0 lead for the Knights.
Yeah, this is kind of a reversal of what I would have thought going in. The Jets scored, I believe, 22 goals in their first series against the Spartans. The Knights only had 8, but the Knights are putting on the offensive spectacle so far. Cal gets a goal of his own, and the Knights now lead 3-0.
Yeah, kind of an unfortunate play there by the Jets defender. I think he was afraid that the ball's momentum was going to carry it in front of the face of the goal, so he tried to go backflip there, which I understand where he's coming from. Unfortunately, that's a pretty tough maneuver, and he missed, and that led to another goal for the Knights. The Jets had a good opportunity there. The Jets in their first game, they ran with Devastator, who did score 14 of their 22 goals, but they also ran with Aspects. So this is Devastator's first game of the season, which means that is his first goal of the season. Devastator, welcome to Foundation League.
And a great shot to start it off. Has a little salt shaker in his banner, and I think that one may leave the Knights a little salty. They had a great start to that game, but that one may change momentum. And the Jets now are only down 2 with over 2 minutes left. But the Knights, they will try to get something going now. Jabronis, he clears the ball up, not able to get up in time for that, but Cal puts one in way left though, follows it up, not able to get past one. Devastator, that ball's up in an awkward position for him. He hits it,
Ooh.
gets a second touch, very good beat. And Deathman, he follows it up. He has great dribble skills. I can say that right now. He has a great dribble skill, great flick, very dangerous to let him get a chance there. Not able to control it enough in order to though. So the
Yeah.
Knights, they will keep attacking. Cal puts one on, and unfortunate bounce off the Jets defender.
Yeah, really good play there just to make things awkward. The defender too far out of goal gave him space on the front post, and Cal took it. 3 shots on 3 goals. That is particularly efficient. If I would say both teams with 5 shots. Unfortunately, the Knights able to take advantage of those scoring opportunities. I'm glad that you mentioned Deathman's dribbling prowess. We might be able to see it here. Unfortunately, that touch too far out in front of him. I think if he does have that opportunity to get the ball with space, he will make the Knights pay. Unfortunately for him, the Knights have done a good job of preventing him from having that space.
Absolutely. And one thing to remember, he's a 6'5" salary. He still has a
Oh,
lot
wow.
of room to grow in this league. I believe he was a ones main for a long time, did not play a lot of competitive twos and
Okay.
threes. So when he came into the league, he had very good skills already,
Yeah.
just not able to get his rank up high enough. So that's why he is such a low salary. But, oh, good chance there by Cal, just
Oh,
off the post. And the Knights almost getting a fifth. This one has not been as close as I expected it to be, but the Knights, they are showing up right now.
yeah, I kind of forgot I was watching Foundation League. That was a tremendous shot. Had that gone in, that would have been a great candidate for our Balls Garana play of the week. Cal might be able to get a touch off the sidewall. He is unable to. This clock is ticking down. It is going to be the Knights who continue their winning ways and take game 1 by a final score of 4-1.
Huge win for them to get one off of the Jets right away. That ties them up on the season, 3-3 each of them, and there's everything to play for these last 4 games of the series.
Absolutely. We talk about all the time. The first game is just kind of, getting a feel for things, especially being on stream, especially being a Foundation League player. You don't get the opportunity all the time as a plat or low diamond, to play on a premier stream like MLE Sports GG. But they are certainly up to the task. Cal getting 3 goals to go with his 3 shots. The Jets actually had more scoring opportunities in that one. So I feel like if they keep up the aggression on offense and shore up their defense just a little bit, they will certainly remain competitive in this series.
And as I said before, the Jets have 22 goals so far. This 23 after that one, actually.
Mhm.
23 goals so far this season through 6 games. They have a very offensive minded team. They put up a lot of goals. So it'll be interesting to see whether that was just a one time thing, whether the Knights defense was really able to slow them down, or if they can really get going here.
Yeah, off to a slow start in that first game, but as you alluded to, they do have that offensive prowess that they may be able to show off in the rest of these games. So this is Foundation League. We do have the Knights and the Jets. The Knights in the red uniforms, the Jets in the blue uniforms, and we are underway.
Yes, we are. Deathman gets the first chance. He's up the wall, puts it off, puts it into the middle, but Jabroni's there to clear it away. Devastator puts it
Ooh.
in the middle. Deathman tried a powerful shot. No one was back on defense, but not able to connect to it. So instead, the Knights, they will be on the offensive. Jabroni's gets it past 2 into the middle. Cal, good passing play. Cal gets it to go. It's 1-0 Knights, starting the way they started game 1.
I say all the time, to be successful in MLE, you have to have the chemistry, and Jabroni's knew that his teammate was going to be there, so he just fired it right in front of the face of the goal to allow his teammate to finish it. They don't care who scores as long as it is a Knight that does the scoring, so they are off to a quick 1-0 lead.
Yes, they are. But it is not over yet. Still a lot of time. The Jets have some offense now. Deathman tries to go for a little flick there, but does not get it past Jabronis. He is playing great so far this series. He puts it in the middle. Cal, instead of going for the shot, realizes there may have been a counterattacking opportunity, but he gets it to go anyway off the clearance and off the wall. 2-0 Knights.
Yeah, you kind of have to wonder what happened on the defensive rotation. Maybe the Jets thought that that was a sure offensive possession, so they were pushing forward, but it was Wayuakau who was there and was able to take advantage of the wide open goal. So a little miscommunication on defense from the Jets. You alluded to the fact that the Jets have a player on their team who's lower salary compared to the rest of the league, but has those 1v1 skills. Unfortunately, I think the Knights have just been putting so much pressure on the ball. He hasn't been able to showcase those skills. So the Jets are going to have to find a way to just maybe create a little bit more space. There's a good opportunity. Deathman not able to capitalize it. Again, the Jets with an opportunity, but they can't finish.
Yeah, and that's been the name of the series so far. They have not got their opportunities to go. And so far this game, they haven't had a lot of them. One shot through the first minute and a half. And that may stay for a while. Jabronis had a chance, but Deathman quickly back on defense to get that ball away.
Something I noticed about the Knights, they are comfortable challenging early. As soon as the Jets get the ball, they want to challenge right there. They did it. A little bit of a double commit or causes the ball to pinch far into the corner. Deathman with a little bit of a good touch, so the Jets might have an opportunity here. I think the way that the Jets are going to be able to fight the pressure is apply pressure with their own. Deathman on the board. What a shot!
Great shot from a very tough angle. He sees that ball a little out of the reach of Jabronis and figures, why not? We are down 2. Let's put it on net, see what happens, and he gets it to go. That's why you put stuff on net, especially in Foundation League.
Yeah, and it really was the perfect shot. I want to give him credit. Had he put it low, oh my gosh, another great shot by Deathman. But to his earlier, had he put it high, it obviously would have missed, and had he put it low, I think it would have been an easy save for the goaltender, because he just had the perfect touch to put it right under the crossbar, and then did it again there, just like that. Thanos snap of the finger, and this game is tied 2-2.
He realized Cal was on that near post and put it near post. He figured Cal would go to the outside, and he did. Great recognition by Deathman there.
Uh-oh, good opportunity for the Knights here. Ooh, that one goes too high. The Jets are going to be able to clear it away from danger. Scary situation there, but good job to clear it away on defense. Okay, Boomer, what a shot from midfield.
Let's see this again. Devastator, he gets the clearance and recognizes it. He gets the read. And Cal just out of position, not able to make that save. And the Jets come back from 2-0 down to take a 3-2 lead in game number 2. With all 2s on the clock as well.
Oh, how about that? You love to see that. Something that you don't always see at Foundation League is a player able to put so much power on the ball. It looks like he had a pixel perfect touch, touching it with the corner of his car there. And that, diagonal dodge does give you a lot of power. So the Jets, despite being down 2-0, now have a 3-2 lead in this game.
Yeah, and a huge game for them. They really want to get a win. They do not want to be 2-0 down in this series, especially against a division opponent. These tiebreakers come back so much. Your game record against an opponent matters so much. So you really need to get everything you can out of the first series to make the second one, when you play them later this season, a lot easier for you.
Absolutely. We've seen a ton of playoff situations where it literally does come down to one game. So you don't want to give any of these opportunities away. These next 80 seconds in this game will be of the utmost importance for both teams.
Yeah, and the Knights, they need another, but in order to get that, they needed to make a save there. Jabronis did it. He has a savior medal on the Knight, and he gets a shot just wide left. Cow up for the follow, does not get the touch that he wants, and Devastator's able to clear it to the left past Jabroni's. He has a counterattack opportunity.
Oh,
It's wide open, and he gets it to go. It's 4-2. Jets lead.
what a solo effort to dribble it around Jabroni's there. Jabroni's went a little bit high on the wall. I don't know if he thought Devastator was going to take it high and maybe try to get a wall touch. But he did a really good job, Devastator did, of realizing the situation, realized that he had a straight line straight to the open goal, taking it. And that insurance goal, I think, is going to pay dividends for the Jets.
Absolutely. Devastator, I'm sorry. I talked a lot about Deathman's dribbling ability, but not enough about yours. You ended up having the first dribble goal for the for the Jets, sorry. Right there, and got to give him credit. That was a great job to recognize the opportunity he had. But an opportunity here for the Knights to get it within one. Jabroni's does it. Great touch off the crossbar and able to follow it up.
Explosive. That touch, the little doink in front of the goal. Can we call that a pre-flip? We might be able to. Really good job by Jabroni's touching that one off the backboard and then reading it himself. He's going to get this ball, and he might have an opportunity to score on the kickoff. Unfortunately, he loses possession a little bit, so the Knights, 15 seconds to go, are going to need to find another goal.
Yes, they do, and right now, they may have a chance. Cal puts it in the middle, but deflected way to the outside. Devastator tries to get the clearance. 1 second left. Jabroni's pops it up, but great bump there by the Jets to prevent the Knights from scoring. The Jets are your winner and tie this series up at 1.
It was. I wasn't sure what we were going to see the rest of the series after that dominating performance from the Knights in game 1, but it is the Jets winning and doing a really good job controlling most of the game, leading the shot total 7-4. Anytime you can do that, you're going to have success. I think they did a really good job of pressuring there. I feel like it was the Knights who were always challenging the ball, and the Jets were always on their heel in game 1. And I think the best way to fight pressure is with more pressure, and the Jets certainly did that in game 2.
Yeah, they were down and were able to come back. That shows the strength of this team. They do not give up. The Jets, they realized they needed that game and were able to take it. Huge win for them.
Yeah, the series is tied 1-1. We will play all 5 games regardless of the outcome. And as we always talk about, every game matters, especially against a division opponent. So it is Jets, it is Knights in Foundation League. We are going to game 3, series tied. Terminator. What a great series this has been so far.
It has. These have been two even teams. Let me tell you, this Forge division, wide open. Anybody could take those 2 playoff spots for FL this season. And this series, these first 3 weeks, when you face these division opponents for the first time, so vital. But this series has been just a spectacle and what we're going to see the entire year.
Yeah, it really has been a great start to season 10 in all leagues. If you're not familiar with us, check us out on mlesports.gg. We have leagues for all levels of play. This is Foundation League for players at 1,000 MMR and below. So that includes low diamonds, all the plats, all the golds, the silvers, and the bronzes all in one league together. And then, of course, we have leagues for champs and the rest of the diamonds and even the grand champs. We saw a Premier League match featured earlier, which was a great series. Jets are going to have a scoring opportunity here.
Yeah, we do not discriminate here at MLE. Everyone is welcome. And Cal with a very welcome opportunity, but gets the seat. Or was it a calculated pass? But Jabroni's misses it wide left. Great chance there for the Knights, not able to convert twice. And they're still on the attack. They are not done yet. Shot off the crossbar, off the corner, but Cal follows it up. Oh my goodness. They just wanted to make me sweat a little, talk a little bit more. They wanted to hear my nice voice.
Yeah,
but great finish by Cal to make it 1-0 a minute in this game.
The point is, it went in eventually. It took them 4 shot attempts officially. I forget who it was. It might have been Jabroni's or maybe it was Cal. I can't remember who had the great dribble and then it went off, or he saved it himself. I think it was Jabroni's.
Uh,
So I'm glad that they were able to put it in eventually because that would have been a heartbreaker had they not been able to finish that one.
Yeah, eventually they got it, so they shouldn't focus too much on that. Rocket League is a lot about getting past your mistakes.
Oh yeah.
Especially in FL, there's going to be a lot of mistakes. But right there, the Knights showing that they are able to do that. They forgot about it, and they were able to capitalize when the next chance happened.
Yeah, and being able to mitigate those mistakes, I mean, you can't just play super conservatively. You still have to be aggressive, but trying to not put yourself in situations where either A, you're going to make those mistakes or those mistakes are going to pay or make you pay. And both teams so far have been doing a good job of that. Great pass to Jabroni's. Is that one going to go in? What a save by Deathman. Not able to put it home. It's going to be Devastator the other way, but unfortunately, he has no boost.
He almost gets it to go on goal. Figured maybe if he attacked that ball, he would have been able to put it on net, but he decided to play it safe, decided to get back on defense, and now he's able to keep the ball in Knights territory.
Yeah, this game has been an interesting combination of, playing a little bit more under control while also being a little bit reckless. Both teams have had these scoring opportunities but haven't been able to convert. You wonder, it might be nerves, it might just be, a little franticness. Why you, Cal? Putting that one in and getting his second goal of the game. Jets just a little bit awkward on defense there.
Yeah, Jabroni's a nice little touch up to get it over Devastator's head, and Cal able to put it on net. That's his second of the game. Jabroni's has 2 assists, and the Knights lead by 2.
They certainly do, getting in their own way right there. Jabroni's with the ball, though. Cal pushing up a little bit too far. It's going to be interesting. It does feel more like game one, where the Knights have been in control for the most of the game, so the Jets are going to have to find a way to get, back in control of this one.
Absolutely, the Jets, they need a goal here, and Deathman gets it to go off the pass from Devastator. Great shot here. Let's see it again. He gets the first touch and gets the flick. I told you he is great at flicking the ball into the net, and right there he shows why.
Yeah, and just as I was saying, they needed to, get going on scoring. They did, and like I mentioned earlier, Devastator really just needs that space to work. Oh no, Deathman, I'm sorry, he just needs that space to work, and he finally had that opportunity to show off his skills. So if the Jets can create those opportunities, that might be beneficial for them. Deathman challenging that ball way in the offensive third. Cal smart to leave that one for Jabroni's because it was wide open. The Jets too far on offense, and it cost them.
Yeah, you want to avoid the double commits as much as possible because when they don't work, you get burned. And right there, the Jets got burned. They are back down to, they need some goals here in the final minute and a half in order to come back.
Yeah, they certainly do have enough time, but they need to, not make those mistakes in terms of overcommitting too far on the offense. Cal pushing like he normally does. There's going to be Bronies, and it might cost the Knights now. That ball is going straight in. A pinch from the other side of the field. Devastator gets a goal from downtown.
Great aerial there. You want to get to the ball first. When that happens, anything is possible. And Devastator gets the pinch to go all the way across the field. This game's back within 1. It's anyone's game in this very important game 3.
Deathman with a great read, and just like you were saying, the Jets tie it up immediately. I feel like they had been down and nearly out, but just like that, they're able to tie it.
I thought that ball was going to be a 50. I did not think anyone was going to win that clean, but Deathman able to get there first and give it just the perfect touch to get around the Knights defense, and he's able to follow it up, get the goal. They're still looking for another, the Jets are, and chance there, but Jabroni's makes a very important clear to stop this all-out Jets attack.
Yeah, both teams are going to have to be really careful. A lot of the goals in this game have been due to overcommits on the offensive half. It's always a balance because you want to be creating that offensive pressure, but you can't leave yourself vulnerable on the backside. And in twos, if you're the last one back, you become very vulnerable if you challenge that ball and miss. So hopefully we can shore up the rotations just a little bit. Deathman high on the wall. Not a lot of time here. You have to be careful.
Yeah, you do not want to give up a goal here. If I were either of these teams, I'd be playing it safe, but I'm not these teams. The Knights are going for another. Cal up
Oh,
for it, gets a touch wide, and it looks like we're going overtime, but Deathman, he's able to keep it up, but not for long. We got overtime here in game 3.
yeah, that would have been great. Series tied, game tied. Jabroni's putting that one on. Deathman has to clear it away. Going to be a very exciting overtime here.
Yes, sirree. And the Jets will be the first team to really get an offensive attack going. Deathman puts it in the corner. Jabroni's not able to clear it the way he wants, but Devastator stays back. In overtime, it's golden goal. You want to play it a little bit safe, and that's what Devastator did right there. Deathman able to make a save on the counter when it wasn't clear the way they wanted. And Cal almost with a own goal. Jabroni's with a save on Devastator, and now the Knights are attacking. Cal off the corner, into the middle. Cal finishes in the net. That could be one of your balls Corona plays of the week, but what a play by Cal to end this game 3.
I thought it was for sure a goal for the Jets on the other side, but the Knights defender came out of nowhere and created the fast break, and Cal put it up against the corner and shot it himself through the defenders and into the goal. The Knights take advantage of the opportunity, controlled most of the game, and controlled the final scoreline 4-3. I feel like the Jets kind of have to feel like the Pandas were in the first series that we had on our stream tonight, where, they're fighting, they're clawing away, they're trying to do everything they can, but it's just not quite enough. The other team's offensive attack is just too much.
Absolutely. Both these teams have been playing really, really well. And Deathman, oh, they was so close. Let me tell you,
Yeah.
that last play was a nutmeg. When it goes between two players like that, that's a nutmeg. But just perfect placement by Cal on that final shot. And the Knights, they get to celebrate for a little bit. Both these teams' records back at 500. These last two games are all to play for. It's a good one we got here.
Wow. That is certainly true. The Knights coming into this one with the game advantage over the Jets, but they have tied it up. In the next win for the Knights, will give them the series with another one in hand. So we are back at Utopia Coliseum. There's snow on the pitch, just waiting for all these players to get in. They are. So we are moments away from being underway in game 4.
This game 4 is important. The Knights, they are trying to go for the series win. The Jets, they are trying to send it to a decisive game 5. Everything to play for. We are underway in this great Foundation League series.
I've wanted to point this out all night, but Devastator's car, it is so savage. He has the spike on the wheels. He has the axe in his head. I would not want to face that man, certainly.
Not at all. Not at all. But the Jets, they are trying to play offense, but Jabroni's, he is there playing defense. Devastator up for it, not able to get it on target the way that he wanted. Great aerial, though, to put that ball back in the zone. Deathman, vital save, keeps this game tied at 0, but that ball is back in there from the Knights. Devastator there, that time keeping it out. The Jets playing very good team defense. Comms are so important, and right now it looks like the Jets are communicating well.
Yeah, I love that Deathman looked for Devastator for that pass there. In order to beat the Knights, they are going to have those team plays. Unfortunately, Deathman was the wrong way that one, but the pass went straight to Devastator. So if the Jets can do more of those team plays, I think that is going to really benefit them in the long run.
No doubt. the Knights, they are on the Jets defensive side, but Deathman able to get a clearance. Cal is back for it. Does he take the dribble? He does not. Able to control it well though. Deathman shot on goal. He gets it to go. 1-0, a minute and a half into the game.
Yeah, the Jets finally getting on the score line first in this one, commanding lead 90 seconds in. Another great angle shot from Deathman. I feel like he does this. Those are those one skills that you're talking about, just taking the angle, taking advantage of it, and it's the Jets able to take an early lead, trying to tie up this series. But it won't be tied for long. Jabroni's flipping into that car, hitting it with his backside. Doesn't matter how you do it, still a goal nevertheless.
Yeah, the Jets trying to tie the series, but the Knights tie the game up at 1. We're only a minute and a half in this game, and so far it has been great. So many chances for both teams. And the Knights, they're trying to get another. Great clearance, though, by Devastator. And now Deathman's on the attack. He goes up for the aerial, gets a great touch, but Jabroni's gets the vital save to keep this game tied at 1.
Yeah, neither team is really letting up here. Devastator is going to have to get back on this one. Good touch, but it goes straight to Cal. Oh, he puts it off both posts. You hate to see that. It goes straight to Jabroni's. That goal is open. Oh, you hate to see it if you are the Jets. That ball was definitely clearable, but Jabroni's with some great touches, a great side flick, recovers. What a great play by Jabroni's.
Jabroni's has a lot of skill. Again, one of the lower salary players on the Knights team, but he has skill, and we have seen him play well offensively. He has 2 goals this game and gives the Knights the lead.
Yeah, in the first series with these 2 players, Jabroni's was the lower scorer of the 2. Cal scoring 6, Jabroni's only 2, but both players have been prolific on the scoreline so far in this one. And the Knights find themselves with another lead. Deathman trying to get that one in. It is up for Devastator. It might be over him. Awkward play at the midfield, but I think the Jets are going to survive, but not before they are bumped.
Yeah, they bumped themselves on that one. Lucky to get away with it, but it seems to be working for them so far. But the Knights, they are still on the offensive. Jabroni's puts it up.
Ooh.
Great read by Cal. And it's 3-1 Knights. The Jets need to get something going.
Jabroni's with a great pass. Anytime you can hit that ball up, it makes it awkward for the defense. And Cal able to beat the defender. Terminator, I'm just now realizing you know quite a bit about the FL Forge division.
Yes, I do. I am a member of the Express, so I played against the Knights last week. I got the Jets next week, so I'm doing a bit of scouting here.
Yeah, certainly no caster bias, but anytime you can do a little advanced scouting, you're certainly going to take advantage of that opportunity.
And anytime I can get some of ZB's great coaching, it is always a help.
Yeah, check out the coaching hotline channel in the MLE Discord server. I've been known to be there from time to time, but there's people who know a lot more about this game than I do.
Impossible.
Yeah, sure. As I told a caster one time, Rocket League is literally plugged into my brain. Shout out to Wolf Alone as YuCal pushing this one forward. The onslaught from the Knights not slowing down.
Not at all. They keep putting shots on net, but the Jets, they are making the saves vital to keep this game close if they want to be able to come back. Devastator gets it past both of them, but Deathman not playing enough offensively there. You need 2 goals. You have to push up if you are the Jets.
Yeah, they do say that defense is sometimes the best offense, but dare I say offense is the best offense.
I would tend to agree with that. When you play back defensively, a lot of times, especially these Knights right now, the position they're in, they're going to play back. It's going to be tough to get those clearance goals. So the Jets, they have to push up.
Yeah, they're going to have to. They have a good opportunity here. Jabroni's seems to be in the right place at the right times. You love to see that. Another good scoring opportunity, but there the man is. Jabroni's is there again to prevent the Jets from scoring. time is ticking away. I don't think the Jets are going to be able to do this one. So the Knights not only take game 4, but they take the series with a 3-1 lead and another game still to play.
Yes, you are right. Uh, the Knights get a huge 3-1 win in that game. Sorry there, I had a little bit of technical difficulties, but the Knights get a huge win in that game. Jabroni showing why he is such a good player, and the Jets, unfortunate that they are down 3-1 in this series, but a lot to get play for still in game 5. They have a lot of great opportunities coming their way, and I definitely think that they can finish on these.
Yeah, I certainly do agree with that. The Jets, as you kind of alluded to, it felt like they were on their heels far too often. At a certain point, you have to trust your ability to challenge the ball. And you also have to trust your teammate that they're going to rotate behind you so that you can challenge that ball. If both of you are constantly sitting back, it's going to be very hard to create that scoring opportunity. And when both players are sitting back, it allows your opponent to get back onto defense and stop your offensive attack. So it's definitely, a balancing act, a dance, if you will. Twos is one person challenging, one person supporting. And as long as you can just continually challenge, that's how you find success in this game. Jets, desperate to find success, don't want to drop 4 games in this series. They want to take this last one at the very least.
Yeah, as you were alluding to, rotation is so important, and we have been seeing that rotation for the Knights so far. The Jets have also done well, but the Knights, Jabroni's always seems to be in the right place. Cal always seems to be in the best attacking position. And it's worked out for them so far. That's why they have 3 wins in this series compared to only the Jets 1. And right there, that's a great start for the Knights. Cal, I was talking about, he's always in the right offensive position, and he was in that position to get up to the ball first.
Getting up for that one, Deathman tried to get on the goal line and stop that, but that ball just had too much pace. We had a little an unstoppable object moment there, and that ball was absolutely fired out of a cannon. 68 miles per hour, very fast. Very good kickoff goal from Jabroni's. Nothing you are going to do if you are a defender there.
No, that was one of the reasons before I joined MLE, I would always stay back in the goal because personally, there's a lot of kickoff goals like that happen, a lot
Yeah.
of weird pinches. But I was always told get that corner boost. But unfortunately, right there, the corner boost came back to bite them, and the Jets lead 2-0.
Yeah, you can kind of mitigate the risk by turning towards goal side and not, up the field. But Deathman, great pass. I talked about earlier, if you can get that ball up and away from the goal line, that'll make it tough for the defense. Great pass there by Deathman and great finish by Devastator. Not easy for foundational players to get up and get that ball in, but they certainly did there. Only 30 seconds in, and we already have 3 goals. Anyone's ball game at this point, certainly. Did we get another one? We did. Bardowski's Jabroni's is at it again.
Look at Jabroni's. He is off the wall, able to get that Deathman. He doesn't know what to do. And Jabroni's, he has give him 2. But the Knights, they lead this game 3-1. Still really early though, and from the way the Jets put on their first attacking opportunity, they're still in this.
Yeah, they certainly are. Nothing that defender could really do. I believe it was Deathman who was trying to throw himself in front of that ball, but it was just moving with so much space, or with so much pace rather, and it was going in every which direction, up towards the crossbar and then straight down in the goal. Hard to calculate where you need to put your card. Jabroni's quick turn on that ball elects it to just put it into the corner. There is something to be said about just putting the ball in an awkward position for the defense.
Absolutely, and in Foundation League, not a lot of defenders go up off the wall in order to clear a ball. And you saw right there, maybe if he was on the wall, he would have been able to hit that ball off the crossbar and away, but that is such a tough ball for anyone to save. Jabroni's an offensive mastermind this game. He has a hat trick, and that great shot, no one back, Devastator just out of reach. 4-1 Knights.
Yeah, it was a calculated fake by Cal, or sorry, by Jabroni's rather. No, sorry, by Cal, when he went up and elected not to touch that ball because it left a great opportunity for Jabroni's, and it was an absolute banger. I was very impressed by his abilities. Jabroni's first time seeing him play, but I'm very impressed by what he is able to do. One thing about the Foundation League is sometimes you get these players in MLE and they're playing with players, constantly and getting good coaches and playing with players in their franchise. They rank up pretty quickly. So you have to wonder how many of these teams will we see in Academy League, maybe even Champ League before long. I definitely see a lot of potential in these players.
Yeah, and that's another thing. In Foundation League, Cal scoring there to put the Knights up 5-1. In Foundation League, though, you see a mixture of players who are very good technically, but just don't have the rotation. And the players who have good rotative ability, but just aren't as good mechanically. So when they start playing in MLE and these leagues, and they start learning the ins and outs of what Rocket League is, they have the ability, once they combine the two, to go out very quickly.
Yes, as a coach once told me, go back post. If you're on defense and you're ever not sure what to do, go back post. You can't be wrong. Devastator putting that one, a little ricochet in there, just a little extra speed there. Devastator trying to do his best to get his Jets team back into this one.
Yeah, the Jets, they have been grounded so far, but they're preparing for takeoff. They need 3 more in the final 2.5 minutes. It's a long shot, but anything's possible here in MLE.
Yeah, still on schedule. Typically, I say you need about 30 seconds at least, or at the very most, to score a goal in twos. So the Jets still very much on schedule. They're gonna have to get after it by challenging this ball to keep it in the offensive zone, managing boost zone, and so forth. Devastator with a banger. Jabroni's kind of in a weird spot, so that one's tough. That ball high in the air. Knights doing a good job of keeping it away, but you have to wonder how long can they sit back on defense.
Absolutely. As I said earlier, a lot of mistakes happen in Foundation League. The longer you are back on defense, the more likely one is going to happen. But Jabroni's tries to put one in the middle here. He tries to put the exclamation point on this game, but Deathman, he has a counter-attacking opportunity. Got past both of them on the dribble, but got bumped and lost control of the ball.
Yeah, that was really interesting. I thought he was going to have a good touch. Oh, he turned too early. You got to try to meet that ball on the goal line. He turned a little too far, left the goal open. So Knights make it very difficult for the Jets here. Knights with a 4-goal lead. Only 73 seconds remaining in this one.
Jabroni's decided to have the game of his life in the right time. 4 goals, 2 assists, and a save to add on to it. He actually has more goals than he does shots this game. Jabroni's is playing so well, and this would give the Knights an advantage. They would be 6-4 if this result holds, and the Jets 4-6. This game so important, the Knights realizing what it means, and they're going out and performing.
Yeah, Knights certainly stepping up to the proverbial plate in this one. Good bump there. It looks like it might have been on his own teammate, so maybe disregard that. But I digress. 30 seconds remaining in this one. You have to feel good if you're the Knights. After losing the first series in week 1, you come out and have a really dominating performance in week 2. Devastator trying to put that one on, but it will not follow through. Now he has no boost. Not a good situation to be in. It looks like the Knights are going to be able to take this game and the series in dominant 4-1 fashion.
Yes, the Jets, they'll try to get another here, but ultimately it won't be enough. And the Knights, they have really impressed me this series. The Jets, they get a third, but ultimately it's just for that MVPR and nothing else really. But the Knights really have impressed me this series. They came out ready to play, and They get the wins that they need in order to stay in the playoff race going in to week 3.
Yeah, still certainly early in the season. Goal differential does matter. So you wonder if down the line, will that own goal cost the Knights? We will see, but lots of games to be played between now and then. As Terminator said, Knights taking this series and find themselves with a 6-4 record after 2 weeks of play in Foundation League. So there you have it. Knights 4, Jets 1. Any final words before we take a brief intermission?
Yeah, you mentioned earlier Cal and Jabronis, they played last week as well, and they started that series down 3-0. But since then, they are 6-1. This combo
Wow.
is starting to get that chemistry together. They are very good. We'll have to see what happens when, the rotations switch up, when the teams start playing their entire bench. But they're playing great right now, and I would not want to be facing this Knights team next week.
Certainly not. It was a great series. The Knights were great. The Jets did a very good job. But that is going to wrap up that series. We have one more game tonight. It is going to be the Champ League, a highly anticipated matchup, the Rhinos and the Bears. I know those are two franchises who have a great history. The Rhinos, in particular, their Champ League has found a lot of success as of late. And we're going to have that action right after this intermission. So don't go anywhere. In the chat, go ahead and throw in your favorite emote if you would like while we prepare for this next match. We'll see you in just a bit.